Connectra creates opportunities for people living with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. Check out some of the programs we offer through our online learning platform, Connect Together, including our Service Mondays, where we highlight a local organization or initiative. This month, you'll learn about programs with the Richmond Centre for Disability and Gambling Support BC. Tuesdays are for ABC Studios Art Therapy with Connectra. Wednesdays are Chair Yoga with Bobbie Seale-Cobiskey. Thursdays are Adaptive Fitness with Ocean Rehab and Fitness. Fridays are Contemporary Improv Dance Classes with Janice Lawrence. Every third Friday is a growable presentation by the Disabled Independent Gardening Association. This month, we're talking squirrels in Stanley Park, so don't miss out on September 15th. Every third Monday is our Perspective series, where you'll hear from guest speakers on varying topics. Join us on September 18th to hear a discussion about navigating music with a disability. Save the date for our upcoming Accessible Community Forum on accessible healthcare in British Columbia on October 27th. Check our website for more information and to have your voice heard by filling out our survey. Check out our updated programs calendar on our website, connectra.org, or find us on Facebook at Connectra Society.
Oh yeah, I've got a suitcase.
So I guess I'm good to go. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bobbie, for those of you who haven't met me yet. And so I am a certified yoga therapist and totally passionate about and love with sharing an adapted yoga practice. Online, I've been online since, maybe about 6 months to a year after COVID started. So it's been a bit of a road. And so the silver lining was a lot of programs moved online. And I think particularly for people who are living with disabilities, that turned out to be a really great thing. So Connectra, thank you for this opportunity to share yoga with you, or with these folks who are joining, and also the Disability Foundation. And I just want to say a quick word about the Disability Foundation. So Connectra is an affiliate of Disability Foundation. There's so many amazing programs being offered out there, so worthwhile checking out. And just a quick note, the classes that I share are recorded, and you can always check them out on YouTube or Facebook if you miss the class in person. So, and feel free, of course, to have your video on or off. That is your choice. And so today I thought I would start just a little closer to the screen. And one of the participants asked a while back if I would revisit reading a quote or a poem at the beginning of the class. So here we go. I was looking at my back bookshelf, and what fell off the bookshelf was this book called The Wise Heart by Jack Kornfield. And it's actually a guide to the universal teachings of Buddhist psychology. So if it resonates, wonderful. If it doesn't, okay, just set it aside. And so essentially it's a short quote. And yeah, so it reads, mindfulness of the body allows us to live fully. It brings healing and freedom. And so, of course, mindfulness movement, meditation is part of our yoga practice. And so I'll read it one more time. Mindfulness of the body allows us to live fully. It brings healing, wisdom, and freedom. And so with that, I'm going to hop back into the chair that's a little further removed, and we'll get started. And so as some of you know, I do have a bunny rabbit, and he may well decide he wants to show up. And so don't be surprised you see him walking around. And so an invitation is always to begin a yoga practice by finding a comfortable sitting position. And so sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. And so we will be moving through the movements of the spine and doing a practice for balance. So if you know the balance is a challenge for you, I'd like to invite you to have whatever device you need to keep you stable in your chair. And so find a comfortable seat. Lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then if you'd like, an invitation to take your hands to your heart center in your chest. And so it might be palms open or palms together. If this placement of your hands makes you lose your balance, choose another placement for your hands. And so we never forfeit balance to come into a closer movement. And then as ready, if you'd like, lift your heart to your hands. Bow your head to your heart. And an invitation to take a moment to allow yourself to consciously enter into the present. And setting aside whatever was going on for you before the yoga practice, for the duration, knowing that you can come back to that after class. And then when you're ready, relax your arms wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then I'd like to invite you to shake your hands, reaching up to the sky. And so I love to share an invitation to imagine we're weaving to our ancestors. So past, present, and future. And then coming forward a little wave into our ancestors. Reaching up to the sky. And so this time on your exhales, you lower your arms, make a ha sound or big yawn if you haven't yawned yet today. Oh. Woohoo. It's yoga time. And so let's repose. So I'm actually finding it a little bit warm. I spent a lot of time outdoors, and this morning it's overcast on the Sunshine Coast and cooler. So but, I am indoors now, and I don't need my sweater. So here we go. So let's repose. So if it is possible, I'd like you to find a space where you are supporting your own spine. Sit in a way that you are supporting your own spine. And so if you need the back of the chair for support today, sometimes a rolled yoga mat along your spine can feel amazing. Whatever works for you. And then I'd like to invite you to feel that you're sitting forward on your sits bones. So maybe do a little thumb dance. So our sits bones, the bones we sit on. And so an invitation to ground through your sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Our belly is soft. Lengthen your spine. Lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. Tuck your chin in slightly so it's level with the floor. So maybe placing a finger or two on your chin, imagine a turtle. That's helpful. And feel free to close your eyes here if that feels comfortable for you, or to soften your gaze looking downward. And so our attention moves inward. Allow the facial muscles to soften and release. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, placing one hand on your belly, an invitation to bring a gentle awareness to your breath. So maybe noticing that as we inhale, our belly moves out. On exhale, belly moves in. Keeping one hand on your Buddha belly, take your other hand to your heart center. And maybe notice the pattern of movement of the breath between your abdomen and your upper torso. And then see if you can begin to make the breath just a little bit longer than it was when we began. And then see if you can begin to lengthen the exhale. So if we can lengthen our exhale, this engages the relaxation response, allowing us to let go of holding, stress, and tension. And so I'd like to encourage you during your yoga practice today, whenever possible, to bring your awareness back to this deep, long, easeful breath. And so relax your arms down by your side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And a little wiggly fidget, a little bump dance. Nice. Okay. And so now I'd like to invite you to bring your hands together, rub your palms vigorously. So energize your hands, warm up your hands. And so our hands are not only connected to our heart, but to our mind as well. And then I'd like to invite you to take some of that loving energy, healing energy from your hands to wherever your body is talking to you. Open to receive. And then rub your palms together again. And this time, find a new place and place your hands there. And shake out again. So I'm just going to move my rocking chair out of the way a little bit. All right, so let's transition into a lovely warm up. And so we'll begin with our eyes. So on the inhale, look up. And on your exhale, turn a soft gaze downwards. And so breathing in, look up. And then turn a soft gaze looking downwards. And then if you'd like, let's explore adding gentle neck movements to the eye movement. So warming up our cervical spine. And looking up, so maybe to where the ceiling meets the wall. And soft gaze downwards. Look up. Soft gaze downwards. As ready, bring your head back center. And then take one ear towards your shoulder. Pause. And then move your head back and forth. So from side to side. And then as ready, bring your head back center. And then turn a soft gaze looking towards the side. So only turn your head as far as feels comfortable for you. And then when you're ready, move your head from side to side. So as if nodding no. And bring your head back to center. And so we've moved through our range of motion with our neck. And so now we're going to move down along our spine. So we'll come into a warm up for the thoracic area of our spine or upper back. And so draw your chest in. So it's as if our sternum is moving towards the back of our ribs. And then breathing in. So inhale, sternum moves forward and up. Be careful not to throw your head back. So you're keeping your head in line with your spine. And so we'll keep this gentle warm up for our upper back flowing for a few more breaths, as long as it feels comfortable for you. And so you might notice naturally our hands on the inhale, to move our sternum up, have a tendency to draw in towards our hips. And on the exhale, hands slide towards our knees. And so if it doesn't feel comfortable to slide your hands along your legs, so if you're super duper sensitive, it might feel really great to move your hands energetically, just above your legs. As ready, finish up the movement that you're on. Come back to a neutral spine. Take a moment. And then when you're ready, hold on to the underside of your chair. And then I'd like you to reach one hand down towards the floor. So if you're reaching to pick something up. So keep both sits bones on the chair. And we want our shoulder lined up with shoulder. So if it's helpful, you can imagine you're seated between two panes of glass. And then move from side to side. And so it might feel good to inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. However, that said, if you're congested or you have an obstruction, you breathe in whatever way you can. And you might notice that as we warm up our spine, these movements become more easeful. We're able to go a little bit deeper. Then slowly make your way back to a neutral spine. Take a moment. Check in, maybe notice how's your breath. Notice any subtle sensations. And from here, we'll come into a gentle twist. And so when you're ready, we'll begin by lengthening our spine. So we can create space between our vertebrae. And then come into your twist. So you're starting from the base of your spine, moving up one vertebrae at a time. Our head turns last. And so moving dynamically, we'll twist from side to side. And so this is a gentle twist. We're not going to our full range of motion. So I'd like you to work at about your 50%. And then slowly finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back center. Relax your arms by your side and then on your lap. And I'd like you to take a few moments to notice the effects of the movements of the spine. Hello, Lily. Oh. You just scurried off. Yeah, so moving on. I'd actually like to do a little bit of face yoga today. And so probably one of the most difficult places to release tension is in our face. And so we're going to do some nasty faces. And of course, no one can see you. So here we go. Open your mouth wide. And relax. Open your mouth wide. This time, see if you can bring your lips over your teeth. And relax. This time, draw your facial muscles towards your nostrils. You just put into a lemon. And relax. Make a soft fist, bring it up to your jaw and create resistance. So we hold a lot of tension in our jaw, often bringing that in from one day to the next. And then switch sides. We don't want to create locked jaw. And then when you're ready, soft fist up to the front of your middle of your forehead. And so putting gentle pressure here can be calming for our nervous system. And then it's ready, reach up and over. Place your hand on the side of your head and then again create resistance. And so if you're blessed with a yoga buddy can help with the movements. Of course, not doing the work for you. And then it's ready, other side. And then if you like, it's available to you. You place your hands at the base of your skull. I like to interlace my fingers, so you just bring your hands together however you're able to. And then press your head gently against your hands. And so if you can't reach back there and you do have a headrest, it might feel good to press your head against your headrest. And relax. And so lastly, just a little bit of Indian head massage. And so I'd like you to bring your fingertips up to your scalp and then massage. So you're not just moving the hair around, you're actually making small circles, moving your scalp. And so of course, I don't know anyone that doesn't love having their head massaged when they go for a haircut or hairdo. And then you can just tug. You just make small fists full of hair. There we go. And I'm just going to tie my back now. You can smooth your hair out if you like. So moving on, let's repose. So ground through your feet, center and ground through the soles of your feet. So we want to keep our connection with Mother Earth. We tend to start losing that. Root down through your sits bones. Notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Our spine is long. Lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Tap your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And so from here, I'd like to invite you to tap your fingers. And then we can explore, make it a little more challenging and tap from your pinkies to your thumbs. And then when you're ready, invitation to push your hands away. So your arms can be as high or low as you'd like. And then soft fist, draw your elbows back. Push your hands away. Draw your elbows back. And so with this gentle movement, not only are we getting synovial fluid, so Mother Nature's WD-40, all the joints in our arms, we're getting into that, but often is a tight area between our shoulder blades. We're giving ourselves a little back massage. And push your hands away, draw your hands back. Nice. Take a moment. And then when you're ready, roll your wrists in one direction. And so if you notice your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, know that that's okay. That's the nature of our mind. So good for you if you notice, and then just in a compassionate, loving way, bring your awareness back to your movement. And so now I'd like to invite you to slow the movements right down. So mindful movement. And to maybe even take a look at your hands in appreciation. And then reverse the direction. And if it works for you, imagine you're moving your hands through the water, your wrists. So when you're ready, bring your arms in front of you, and I'd like you to flex and extend your wrist. So if you want, you can imagine you're riding a motorcycle. And then from side to side. Shake it. And so let's come into a movement where we are bending our elbows. Turn your palms face away and then release. So spiral your palms open. Bend your elbows, palms face away, and release. So one more time. Palms open. Bend your elbows, palms face away, and release. And so let's go for a yoga swim before we move on. And so you can start freestyle. And then how about breaststroke? And side stroke. Other side. So I like to do 3 to 4 times on each side. And then finish up with butterfly. Whoosh. And take a rest. Wow, feel your work. So no doubt you're feeling a little more energized. Okay, so at this point, I think I'd like you to come back in your chair. So I want you to sit back in your chair so you really feel the support in the back of your chair. And sitting up nice and tall, ground down through your feet, center and ground through the soles of your feet. And I'd like sitting up nice and tall, I'd like you to push down through one foot. And then push down through the opposite foot. And maybe notice you feel one foot more than the other. And then as ready, I'd like you to reach across to your one knee. So hand crosses over. Place your other hand on top. And then massage your knees. Send your knees some love. And then reach across to the opposite knee. One hand on top of the other. And give your knee a little massage. And then when you're ready, sit down nice and tall. We're going to come into a practice called body tapping. And so I'd like you to tap outside of your legs, kind of forward. So only come forward as far as feels stable for you. And then tap coming up the inside in your thighs. So 2 more times. Tapping the outside. And then tap coming up the inside. So this last time in your own time, remember. Shot. And now we're going to reverse. So begin by tapping the inner thighs coming down. And then tap the outside. 2 more times. Tap it down, inner thighs. Tap it out. So don't be shy, get right in there. There's lots of lymph nodes in our groin area. Tapping down. And one more time. Okay. And so maybe just placing your hands a few inches apart. You can close your eyes softly. You're softening your gaze. And I'd like you to notice any subtle sensations between your hands. And so there's no right or wrong with this. You may notice something, you may not. And then bring your hands a little further apart and closer together. And then it's ready. Turn your palms face up. So reaching up to the sky. Maybe feeling a lightness. And then palms face down, a grounding sensation. So extend one arm out to the side, palm face up. Turn your gaze looking up past your middle finger, if that feels okay for your neck. Palm face down. Other side, open up your armpits, spiral your palm open, reach up to the sky. So I love to think of these movements as a moving meditation. Bring your palms face up, reach up. And this time, move our hands come together in prayer, down through the heart. So bow your head to your heart, place one hand on your Buddha belly, the other on your heart center. And you just take a moment to feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. And so let's repose. So if you'd like, you can come forward in your chair about 2/3 of the way. And sitting up nice and tall. And again, if you need or would like the back of the chair for support, honor that. And so from here, let's come into a gentle heart opener, chest opener. And so this can be considered a meditation on the heart as well. So you can place your hands at your heart center. So maybe palms open or palms together. On inhale, extend your arms up and away. So I feel comfortable with my arms a little lower than my shoulders. Maybe for you, it's up higher, lower. And then bring your hands back to your heart center, if it feels better, to your Buddha belly. So inhale, extend arms up and away. And keeping this gentle heart opener flowing, I'd like to invite you to imagine the sun at your heart center. And on your inhales, as you extend your arms up and away, imagine the radiant light of the sun radiating out all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. So it's a symbol of the light that's always inside us. Inhale. This time on your exhale, I'd like you to make soft fists, drawing your hands back. So soft fists can be good if you have arthritis in your hands. Inhale. And then on your exhale, an invitation to explore making the bumblebee breath, humming sound. Inhale. You're more than welcome to listen if you'd rather. Exhale, bumblebee breath. Place one hand on your belly, the other on your heart center. And take a moment to rest. Maybe notice the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. So a little shake out. Wiggly fidget. All right, so from here, I'd like to come into a movement called finding our balance. And so often I will share what I heard one of the teachers that I've been blessed to have through the years, Matthew Sanford, and some of you are familiar with him, actually has a spinal cord injury. And I traveled to Minneapolis to take a workshop with him to learn how to teach adaptive yoga. And so I was so struck with what he said, his definition of balance. And so balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so worth repeating, balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so for this movement, we are going to be moving forward and back. And so again, if you know balance is a challenge for you, make sure you have whatever device you need to keep you stable in your chair. And so let's begin. So if it's possible, bring your feet a little wider than outer hip bone distance. Toes can be turned out a little. And then either hold on to the underside of the chair, you can have your hands at your hips. We'll inhale, lengthen our spine. And on the exhale, hinging from the hips, come forward with a flat back. Walk your feet forward a little bit if that's helpful. And then rock back up. So an invitation to keep this gentle movement flowing. So it's not about seeing how far down we can go. We just come to that just right amount of effort and ease. And noticing that sometimes when you come forward, our chin likes to jut up. So you can tuck your chin in slightly. And also an invitation, if you're not comfortable with the movement for whatever reason, to explore visualizing the movement. And so imagination is powerful. So energy flows where thoughts go or breath goes. And then as you're ready, come on back to neutral spine. Relax your arms by your side or wherever feels most comfortable for you. And take a moment to let your breath settle. Notice any subtle sensations. And so from here, let's come into a side bend. Take hold of the underside of your chair, release your opposite arm by your side, spiral your palm open, soften in your elbow. So I'll give a few alternatives, choices for this. So if you have pain in your shoulder, one position for your arm might be that you place your hand on your shoulder. Alternatively, it might feel good to bring your arm up and over. And actually, thirdly, maybe hand at your head. So today, I'm going to choose to have my hand at my shoulder. And so we'll begin with the inhale. You're holding on to the side of the chair. Take your arm to your place and then come into your side bend. So make sure your sits bones stay on the chair. And then turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck. And then breathe in to your side body. Into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? And then it's ready. Come out of the pose on this side. And take a moment, and then we'll come into it on the other side. So you take hold of the underside of your chair, wherever you need to feel stable and balanced. Release your opposite arm by your side. So your choices might be hand at your hip, hand on your shoulder, up and over. So here we go. Reach your arm up. Take your arm to your place. Come into the side bend. And if it feels okay for your neck, turn your gaze down towards the floor. And then breathe into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? And release. Come out of the pose. And take a moment to feel your work. And so in a way, the yoga happens between the poses and the movements. Notice how you feel. It's not about what the form looks like, what the movement looks like. Diagnostic tools, how do I feel? No judgment. Yoga meets us exactly where we are. And so moving on, let's come into a seated twist. So if possible, bring your feet a little wider than outer hip bone distance. Knees are tracking over the ankles, so can have your toes turned out a little. And so we begin with lengthening our spine. And then come into your twist, reach across your opposite near thigh. Your other hand comes beside you on the chair or behind you, wherever you can reach comfortably. So you can see or feel that we're already into the twist at this point. So there are contraindications for going into a deep version of the pose. And one of them would be if you have osteopenia, you do not want to go any deeper than this. It would be contraindicated. And so alternatively, if it's okay for you, inhale, lengthen your spine. And then again, beginning at the base of the spine, twisting one vertebrae at a time. And our head turns left. Close your eyes softly, focus inward or soften your gaze. And this is your twist today. Slowly unwind. Take a moment. And we'll come into the pose on the other side. So you're sitting up tall, lengthen. Exhale, come into the twist. Take your hands to the outside of your knee or thigh. Other hand comes beside you on the chair behind you. This might be your version today, or you might feel okay going a bit deeper. So we breathe in, lengthen, and then twist. Eyes are closed softly, focus inward or soften your gaze. And slowly unwind, come back center. So let's rock and roll. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, twist. Reach up and twist. So a few more times in your own time and rhythm. Finish up the movement that you're on and then make your way back to center. Nice. So our side bends, twists are pretty intense spinal movements, so we need to realign our spine. And we can do that with a seated forward fold. And so again, there are some contraindications. If you have osteopenia, you do not want to go into a deep version of a seated forward fold. So it might be that you are visualizing the movements, or I'm thinking that 20% might feel okay for you. So you are the world expert on your body. And one of the unique, yoga has a unique philosophy. And one of the principles, the first one is ahimsa, and it means non-harming, body, mind, and spirit. So I'm trusting that you're taking good care and not doing anything that doesn't feel comfortable for you. If it doesn't feel comfortable, come back to your breath. If we're focused on the breath, we're practicing yoga. And so take hold of the underside of the chair. Lengthen your spine, come forward with a flat back. So lead with the heart, not the head. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And then breathe into your lower back. It's helpful, you can walk your feet forward a little. You might imagine that your lungs are in your lower back. So of course we can't place our lungs in our lower back. However, energy flows, where thoughts go, or breath. And then it's ready. Come out of the pose by pushing down through your inner heels. So you might place your hands at your hips and then come back up with a flat. And so really wanting to make sure that we stay on time today. And I think we have a few moments. So I'd like to share, just have you seated comfortably back in your chair. We'll transition into a practice of a yogic breathing technique. And so as we transition into the fall, Because of the changes and so on and the transition, it can be a time where we're a little more scattered and maybe experiencing more anxiety than usual. And so there are amazing yogic breathing techniques that we can utilize to help balance our nervous system. And so this one I'd like to share with you is called 1-to-1 ratio. And so it's when we make our inhales and our exhales so that they're the same duration and quality. And so I'd like to cue you, inhale 3 and exhale, count 3. And so begin by finding a comfortable sitting position. So you're comfortable, but you're alert. And then if we tuck our chin in slightly, this can help with our breathing. And so wherever you are in your breath cycle, take an inhale through your nostrils, through your nose, unless you're congested. Exhale slowly, and we'll begin. So an inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. 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 My count doesn't work for you. Create your own count, so it could be less or more. And if it doesn't feel comfortable for you, the breathing technique, just come back to your natural rhythm. And so a few more breaths. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. So let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And so maybe noticing if you felt a subtle shift in your energy. And so as we transition into short guided meditation, I'd like to transition into meditation using sounding. And so sounding can be an amazing way to help with pain care, pain management. So of course we know sound has a vibration. And so the sounds I'd like us to explore are the letters A, O, and M. And we'll just transition from the sounding into silent meditation for a few moments. And so I think I'd like to come in just a little bit closer for this piece. And this. Oh, so we're sitting comfortably, but still alert, of course. And if you'd like to place your hands in what's referred to as a mudra in yoga. So mudras are hand gestures, and they were created to help us focus our mind. And so you can place your hands palm face down, draw them in towards your hips. Maybe look down and into your heart, see what you can see. And so the sounds are going to be A, O, and M. And you're more than welcome to listen if you'd rather. And so you notice if you feel a vibration in your body and the space around you. And so when you're ready, inhale. And on the exhale, making the sound A. Inhale. Letter O. O. Inhale. Letter M with your lips slightly touching. M. And so we'll do one more round. Inhale. Inhale. Letter O. Letter M. So when you're ready, come into whatever comfortable position you'd like for your final relaxation. And so make sure you have what you need to feel comfortable. So if you'd like a blanket on your lap, a cushion, you might want to place something along your spine. If you have the ability to recline in your chair, go for it. So I'm going to turn the lights down a little bit. Grab one of my favorite cushions. So lift your shoulders up, back, and down. And so this is not a big scrunch up towards our ears. Essentially, we're allowing our shoulders to soften away from our ears. And feel free to close your eyes softly if that feels comfortable for you, whatever feels right for you at the moment. Or you might turn a soft gaze down towards the floor. And rest your hands, palms face up or down as desired. I'm just going to put my sweater back on. So maybe even notice which feels better for you, resting your palms face up or palms face down. And so palms face down can encourage a grounding sensation. Palms face up if you're fatigued, open to receive. And so soft palms, soft Buddha belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Quiet breath. Allow the breath to breathe itself. Relax your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Wide forehead. Silently, if you like, on inhale, saying let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. If it's challenging to quiet the mind, placing our hands on our Buddha belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. Without changing anything, bring a gentle awareness back to your breath. Thank your body again. And so our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can begin to deepen the inhale, lengthen the exhale. If your eyes are closed, gently blink your eyes open. And then I'd like to invite you to take a look around the space that you're in and name 3 objects. A way to bring us back. Yes. And so thank you. Notice how you feel before and after yoga. Questions or feedback, always love to hear from you. And I did set a little alarm, so I'm just going to grab it, make sure this is off. So here we are. I'm more than happy to hang out for a few minutes after if you'd like to chat. Yeah, sometimes the meeting after the meeting, or not meeting, but gathering is really super wonderful too. So thank you to Connect, providing this opportunity for us to hang out together and practice yoga. Sorry, Sheila, you were going to say something, love?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's so good to be back in class with you. I really.
Thanks, lovely.
Were you away, Sheila?
I went back to Quebec for a visit.
Oh, nice. We're going to be there in 10 days or so. We'll be away for 2 weeks too.
Yeah.
It's going to be, yeah.
Where are you going in Quebec?
We're going to Montreal and I think Quebec City too. We're going on a vacation. We're going to Prince Edward Island and Halifax and
Wow.
Quebec City and no, I thought just Quebec City, but it's quite beautiful there. Yeah, we've been there once before.
Yeah.
Very European, very old.
On a history. So you know my neighbor where I grew up in the Eastern Townships in Quebec. So are you going to drive once you fly to Montreal or?
Well, I sound like an environmental terrorist, but it's actually a cruise ship. It's a great way for people with disabilities to travel, to be honest. So it's the East Coast of the United States, Boston, Halifax, Maine. The one that I'm most excited about is Prince Edward Island. I've never been there before either.
Oh.
So we're going to be stopping in Charlottetown as well. Yeah.
Oh.
So the leaves will be changing colors. It'll be very nice and nice time to go in the fall.
Yeah.
To the East Coast of the United States and Canada.
Yeah.
And Kari will be staying here for a few days. So I don't know if you'll be able to see her next week.
Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Bye, Sheila.
Bye, Sheila.
Nice to see all of you. Thanks again, Bobbie and Connectra.
You're welcome. Have a
Jacques,
wonderful.
I missed you yesterday, but I heard you were there. Of course. Those EV hoses are very heavy. I had a very hard time with the hoses. Jacques is spearheading a campaign to make sure that we put in, get in front of the EV charging stations so that they're accessible.
Right.
Once again, Vancouver's at the forefront once again, of course, as usual. And many of us helped out with, Spark was involved and the city of Vancouver and trying to get this right for people with disabilities.
Oh, great.
So great work, Jacques, great work. Thanks, Bobbie. Nice to see everyone. Thank you, Disability Connector. Bye, everyone. Nice to see you. Thanks, Bobbie.
Right on.
So hi, Bobbie.
Hi, Jenna. How are you, love?
Well, I just bought my tickets to the Writers' Fest.
Ooh.
I've got 4 tickets. It's at Grand Ballade, and I usually walk down there. This time I've got people to go with, though, so it's really nice.
Oh, lovely. You have someone to go with.
I've got 2 people to go with, so it's great.
Yeah, we have a huge Writers' Fest on the coast here. So I haven't been able to make it to it yet, but I will one day.
This is the first time I've been back since COVID. I used to go every year, and it used to be the highlight of my year.
Oh, wow.
But now I'm going back now.
Yeah, right on. Well, look forward to hearing about it. Take good care, love.
Yeah, okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Bobbie. Thank you, Connector.
Righto.